Last week we visited the island of Pico. With its spectacular views and incredible history, it soon became one of our favourite islands, and it is easy to see why. Back in Faial, we finished up with some minor repairs and got our painting on the Horta harbour wall before setting sail to the island of Terceira.
Without my love for the ocean, I would be long gone by now. It's some kind of devotion that brings me.
Well, we've left Horta. We are heading to the island of Terceira. We got about 65 nautical miles to go, and we left at about 5 a.m. You can probably hear the motor going right now because we're just going past Pico and it's stealing all our wind. So as we come around the corner, we should get back up into the wind, and I think we're going to kind of have about 10 to 12 knots most of the way, and we should have it just on the beam or forward of the beam. Yeah, we had a great time in Horta. Faial. We explored the whole island. We couldn't recommend Faial enough, guys, and the food is great. Everything is super cheap. So it actually becomes cheaper to eat out than it is to do grocery shopping.
As James plays chicken with this huge ferry and I filmed the views of San Jorge Island, we spot a pod of Sperm Whales travelling south in between the islands. Once all the initial excitement is over, we relax and enjoy the crossing to the island known as the Party Island of the Azores, due to its many festivities.
We're arriving in Terceira.
Oh my god!
Terceira, I don't know. I've been getting in trouble so much for trying to say the place. So.
Where are we arriving into?
Terceira. Is that closer? I give up.
Marcus, where are we arriving into?
Terceira.
In Portuguese it means number 3, and it gets that name because it was the third one to be discovered. So it looks pretty beautiful. Behind me there's clear blue skies, and in front of me it looks pretty horrible. So there's a bit of a difference here arriving, but all the little villages look beautiful along the coast here. We're excited to try some new dishes, and we're all pretty hungry because we left this morning at 5:30, didn't have anything to eat. That'll be exciting. The little bay where we set anchor is right across from the main city, Angra do Heroismo, and there are just a handful of other sailboats there. We drop anchor and head into town.
Quite a pretty little spot.
Yeah, and it's pretty calm. I don't think it's...
No, and we're pointing straight into it, so it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Has to be.
We've stayed in 10 times worse anchorages than this.
Yeah.
Are we snubbed up?
Yeah.
And we're out?
Yeah.
Okay.
¿Dónde estamos, gordo?
Estamos en la isla de Terceira.
Terceira y qué, ¿dónde? ¿Cómo se llama esta parte?
¿Qué se llama la parte de esta?
Pues lo pone ahí, Angra.
Angra.
Heroismo,
Yeah.
which means what in English?
Bueno,
Heroism.
Heroismo.
Bay.
Angra.
La casa rosada esta te queda bien. Whilst walking around, we come across this corner with heaps of people standing around. We take a seat and decide to wait around to see what's going on. Before we know it, we are in a full-blown festivity where free sangria and food is handed out.
Ole.
The next morning, me and Marky decide to brave the cold waters of the Atlantic and the thousands of stingers and go for a swim. Just can't stay in. Feeling refreshed, we head back into the city and walk to all the major monuments and lookouts.
Clouds roll by, glittering.
What are we searching for, Nat?
We are searching for somewhere to eat because that's all we do here is eat. And we're kind of just going by our noses. Something smells good up this way, so we're just going to check it out.
Right on. The sky is gray, I guess that's what it takes to feel a little lonely is a state. Do you feel our love is the only thing that is real? It's like a heart with nothing to conceal, nothing more. Lesson learned, a slight state of hope that you will return. It's what I got, and then the summer turned into fall.
Where are we at, James?
We are in a castle in Angra de Heroismo, the Heroism Bay, and we're at a big fort on the top of the hill next to the bay.
Behind us.
Yeah.
Waited here just for you, caught in the moment of finally getting through.
We check out the botanical gardens.
A distant call. I do not remember those days at all, but I will never be here if it wasn't true. So let me be the one to hold you.
And then stumble upon this museum right in the heart of the city, explaining the history of Terceira.
It's like a heart with nothing to conceal, nothing more. Lesson learned, a slight state of hope that you will return. It's what I got, and then the summer turned into fall.
Marcus, when was the last eruption in the Azores?
The last eruption was in 2001.
On which island?
Isla, well, Terceira.
Where are we?
Well, just on this island.
So that was
On
only
the village of Sereta.
18 years ago.
Yep.
I've said it many times, I know. I would change my ways, I know for sure.
The wheat that they collect, they put into these massive holes and then put like a big stone on it, and then they leave it there up to 6 months. And apparently that makes the bread taste better. So they leave it there now.
Hanging on. Come sit here with me by the fire and let it go for a little while. So be here as the night starts falling. Let my fingers walk over your head. We got nothing to be scared of. I'd rather be with you than by myself. Now all is in your hands.
La Piazza dei Toros, the bull ring.
When I was young, I thought control would lead me to an ending road.
As our days start to fly by on this island, we decide to head to a little fishing village called São Mateus, a short bus ride from Angra.
And I saw the angels coming down, and they sang a song and sang it loud.
We are at the beautiful village of São Mateus, which is a little fishing village.
And the yellow glorious will live. Won't you be my guide and let me follow? Can I hold your hand for old time's sake? And all this time you waited for me. Little did we know, I guess it's fate. Now all is in our hands. All is in our hands. All is in our hands.
In the sweets menu, they suggest masa sovada and bolos laveros, which is sweet bread.
Yeah?
Oh, this isn't going to be a good one.
Okay.
Cajitas de la franca.
Caderos
de mojón.
Oh, this one I can say. Fofas da Povacao and barrigas de friera.
After a full day out, we are starving for some Portuguese food. We are in Ocanadinha, a typical Portuguese restaurant. So it's been amazing up till now. We'll see what the place looks like.
If you only knew you had so many bridges left.
Why are we
Mark.
so sad?
Mark is leaving. He's leaving us to go back to work. So today is our last meal together. Well, out in the Azores, and then the last meal will be on the boat tomorrow when we're traveling to São Miguel, the other island where he flies from. So it's quite sad.
And how's your time been on the boat, buddy? From St. Martin all the way to the Azores?
So good, so great.
Yeah.
Amazing days. Yeah.
What was the
Amazing
highlight of the
sails.
trip?
The highlight of the trip was, wow, so many things. The day in the volcano was really good.
Are you glad you did the trip?
Yeah.
Even though you're forced to do it?
I was pausing. Really good, yeah.
Well, we're glad you came along, man. We've loved having you. We wish you could stay longer, but
Yeah. Work is work, no?
It's even got coffee beans on it.
Auntie, what do you have?
Squid.
Squid.
Oh my god, so much, and it looks amazing.
What have you got, Marcus?
Steak meal.
The house
Canadinha steak. Canadinha steak. Wow, look at that.
Oh, ¿cómo se corta? Cuidado con las patas que se van.
Vale, no.
Vale.
How good is that?
Amazing, ¿no?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
Amazing.
Oh, you already.
We are saying goodbye to Terceira Island, and we are off to the next island, which is São Miguel, because Marcus has to leave us due to work, so he's got to get a flight from there, from Punta Delgada. So we're going to drop him off there and spend a bit of time there before we head over to the Med. So bye bye Terceira. Next week on Sailing Zephyr, we leave Terceira behind and sail to the largest island of all, São Miguel. Incredible craters with immense lagoons really do take our breath away. We swim in hot water springs as well as visiting the famous tea plantations, where we get to do some tea tasting.
Yeah, you can change your ways.
And we get to visit the Furnace Valley, where restaurants cook their meat dish under the ground.
Secret well kept, but everyone knows. You try to keep it so still, but the wind blows.